Hello everyone, how are you all doing?
Hi.
Good, nice to meet you. My name's Josh, I'll be your tour guide for today. Have we got any experienced punters with us or first timers? One? Awesome.
Only when it comes to horses.
I like that, that's a good one. So basically what the plan is for today, we're going to go a mile down the river to the mill ponds. We're going to see some of Cambridge's most famous, richest and prestigious colleges. And when we get to the mill pond, we'll spin around and come back downstream, back. Weather's really nice out there, so it should be a nice calming tour. The river shouldn't be too busy, but if I could just ask everyone to keep their fingers in, just in case we go close on the boat. Okay, so in Cambridge we have 31 colleges that make up the university. As I say, we're going to see 8 of them today. So about 90% of the land that we're going to see, it all belongs to the university itself. And you can think of the colleges like the houses in Harry Potter. As the colleges is basically where all the students eat, sleep and socialise, and then they'll go out to different study campuses depending on what they study around the city.
Weekdays, around 6, 8, it really depends. Sometimes we do get that on full day.
Hey!
We're actually just about to come up to St. John's.
Okay, so before we start the tour, it's always good luck in punting to let the willow brush your head, so always make sure to come under here to give us a bit of luck so we don't crash or anything. And if you guys are curious about anything or have any questions, just shout out, it's not a problem. So, we're just about to enter the first college that we're going to talk about today.
And on the back, they switched to Victorian brick. They were genuinely
This is St.
running
John's
out of
College
money
that
when
we're
they
in now.
got
So up on my right hand side we can see one of the main accommodations for the students. So this one here, this is the New Court building. And yeah, this is one of the more famous accommodations in Cambridge. And St. John's College, it was founded in 1511 by a man called John Fisher. And it was founded on a medieval monk's hospital. And that dates back to the 13th century. But, as I say, the college is just in the early 15th century, this one. And we're just about to come under the bridge of Sighs, as into Sighs. And this is probably the most famous bridge we have here in Cambridge. It's named after the original one in Venice. So the original bridge of Sighs is in Venice itself. And The reason this one is called the Bridge of Sighs is because when Queen Victoria was on one of her visits to Cambridge, she stood on the kitchen bridge, which is just ahead of us here, back over at this bridge. It was called the New Bridge at the time. And she exclaimed that, oh, it looks just like the one in Venice. But, she'd never been to Venice. She'd never even seen a photo of the one in Venice. She'd only read about it in a poem and then kind of made this image in her head. So if anyone has seen the original one, I'm sure you'll agree it looks nothing like it. But we let her off because she's a queen, so the name stuck. And this is the bridge that she stood on when she looked over at the Bridge of Sighs. And this is Kitchen Bridge. Most people, we call it Concussion Bridge because it's the lowest on the river. And we've got our flood mark here, the worst flood we had, 1947, just behind us.
You say that's St. John's over there?
Yeah, still St. John's on my right hand shoulder now, and that's still the new court building, so this is student accommodation, believe it or not. It's student accommodation exclusively for second and third years, and that's because to get a room there, it's done on a merit system, so depending on how well you do in your first year, will dictate if you get a chance to get a room there in year 2 and year 3.
可以租那个。
The only bit that isn't symmetrical is the eagle in the middle, which discussed.
He was the kingest king ever. He had 6 wives.
So St. John's, it's often regarded as the second richest, second most powerful, second most prestigious college that we have in Cambridge. Their main rival, unfortunately for them, Trinity College, they literally live just next door to them, and they are by far the richest and most prestigious college that we have. These two, they have quite a long-standing rivalry. It stems back to when the colleges were founded, and that's because the man I mentioned, John Fisher, he founded the College of St. John's under the instruction of a lady's will. Her name was Lady Margaret Beaufort, and she was actually King Henry VIII's grandmother. And when she died, she left in her will that she wanted a college to be founded using her riches. And John Fisher did so about 2 years after she died.
You have to quickly run to the other
John
side.
Fisher was also King Henry VIII's old school teacher as well. And during the Reformation of the Church, I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with that time period, but King Henry VIII annulled his marriage with his wife as she failed to give him a male heir. So he went around the country dissolving Catholic monasteries to make his own church, so he could put himself at the head of it to basically approve his own annulment. And he founded Trinity College in 1546, as it used to be the site of 3 rather powerful Catholic monasteries, and he dissolved them and then formed this college in their place. And John Fisher, who founded